They totally did it. I'll admit, I rip on this game a lot. I really, really rip on this game a lot because it's not as good as we all make it out to be. Having said that, it was still a very, very large part of my youth. And seeing that a remake is coming, just warm fuzzies. God. So now that that's out of the way, Sony press conference. I don't... Microsoft did well this year. They really did. Ubisoft was solid. EA was, as usual, mostly garbage. Man, Sony, though. And that's not even what they opened with. They just kind of slid that in there. Like, by the way... Hi, everybody. Saigan here. End of day one of E3 2015. I just finished watching the Sony press conference with Reggie and Perry. My God. My God. They opened up with The Last Guardian. It's coming out next year. I am so happy. I'm so stoked. This game has been in development hell for years. I think they announced The Last Guardian back when the PS3 was announced. Like, we've been waiting that long. And there's not much to even say about it at this point. I mean, if you're familiar at all with the legacy of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, then you know. I don't have to tell you. It's the third game in the series. There's nothing that I can say to amp up how wonderful this game is going to be. And if you're like, the fuck is he talking about? Go play Ico and Shadow of the Colossus right now. I mean it, like right now. Like there's probably digital on PSN. Go, throw the money at them. It's worth it. It's well worth it. I assure you. I give you my promise. So following up with that was Horizon. I didn't know that I wanted to be a cave woman fighting giant robot dinosaurs until tonight. I do. I really do. That game looked sick. Hitman. Maybe they'll be able to do for the Hitman series what they've done for Tomb Raider with Eidos and Crystal Dynamics, etc., etc., etc. The Square Enix of America. The Square Enix that I really, really love. I mean, Square Enix of Japan puts out, you know, Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest and Seiken Densetsu and games that we really, really love, but they're not a company to love. But Square Enix in the West, Square Enix America, is actually a really, really cool, consumer-friendly company, and I'm excited for the Hitman fans. Again, complete lack of gameplay. Shame on you. Street Fighter V, they announced 2 new characters. We were already aware of Ryu, Chun-Li, Bison, Vega, Bison, Dictator, Charlie, and tonight we had the reveal that Birdie, that's right, Birdie, is going to be in the game, as well as my girl Cammy. So, get hyped for Street Fighter V, coming to PS4 and PC. No Man's Sky, they showed off again. They expect it to be out next year. They do not have a release date yet. It is bonkers huge. Like, it's never going to be 100%. There's too much in the game. There's too much that's been procedurally generated in the game. It is impossible to 100% this. If all the people in the world were playing No Man's Sky, we would never explore collectively the entire game. And that just takes my breath away. Dreams. The new game coming to us from Studio something or other It's the same team that gave us Little Big Planet 1 and 2. It's another super creative game thing. I'm not much of an artist myself. I like to think that I can write poorly. My fantasy novel is available on Amazon. There's a link below. I don't think it's any good, but I hear from like friends and family that it's fantastic. So, you know, take that as you will. Maybe they're being nice. So dreams is a pretty interesting thing in that you can jump from dream to dream and you kind of paint dreams and you can animate them, and I'm not really sure what's going on with it. The guy who presented it said like it takes a little bit for it to sink in. I was like, so we'll give him a little while. Maybe I'll post a video in 2 days where I'm like, I get it. But right now I don't. I'm sure that people are going to do super creative things with it that are totally amazing, and I'm not going to get those. Firewatch looks super fun, very good, a little bit chilling. It seems like an open world survival adventure game that has more focus on story. Like if The Long Dark was a little bit less brutal in trying to kill you with angry wolves every 2 minutes, and also kind of provided a friendly voice over a radio for there to actually be discussion with. Firewatch looks pretty cool. We're pretty excited for that one here. Destiny, the Taken King. I need to be playing Destiny again. I mean, I got the season pass, and I haven't played any of the 2 expansions that came out. The Taken King looks really good. Maybe they're going to expand on Destiny to the point where it's the game that I wanted. Maybe. I'll play through the content that I already own before I decide whether or not I want to get the Taken King. They showed more Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Still no gameplay. It's going to be Assassin's Creed. It's going to be another Assassin's Creed. The only amazing major thing that Assassin's Creed has done since the birth of the series was getting to be a pirate. And that lasted 1 game. World of Final Fantasy looks super goddamned cutesy. Also, the main character designs look like Kingdom Hearts characters, which is a turnoff for me. Not a fan of Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a fan of the gameplay. I didn't initially hate the character designs, but going back and trying to play that game several times and hating it each and every time has kind of given me a strong dislike for short-statured kids with shoes that are approximately half their height. A proper remake, by the way. This isn't a port of an upscaled PC version. Reggie and I were just like, really? Really? Is this it? Because the music fits. Is this going to be a sequel? A prequel? What's going on? And then you see Barrett's gun arm and you're like... And then you see Cloud. You're like... And then the words remake flashed on the screen, and the entire crowd just went fucking nuts. It was bonkers. I think I'm like, some of that hype seeped through the TV and got me, because I harp on this game like all the time for all of its problems, and I'm still excited out of my mind to play it again. I had Perry try and play this, and she couldn't do it. She actually played it for like 45 minutes. She's like, what is this garbage? Is this what everybody talks about when they talk about Final Fantasy VII? This? Like, rose-colored glasses, sweetie. And those rose-colored glasses have embedded themselves into my eyeballs right now. Arkham Knights, Batman Arkham Knight Scarecrow missions. I mean, Arkham Knight looks like it's going to be pretty cool. The Scarecrow missions, I don't know. Again, no fucking gameplay. Project Morpheus. VR is like the thing right now. Like, holiday is going to hit, and we're going to have the Vive, we're going to have Oculus Rift, we're going to have Morpheus. I'm really excited about the VR headsets. Maybe that's because I haven't used one yet, that I have like really high expectations for them because I haven't actually gotten to try one yet. I don't know how cool they are or how cool they aren't. I've spoken to people who have used them and they swear up and down that they're amazing. I'm really excited for Morpheus, especially one of the games that they showed called Rigs, which is a competitive arena mech battle game. It kind of reminded me of Phantom Crash or Project Slay for those PS2 people out there. COD Blops 3. It's more COD. Reggie's crowing about Call of Duty. It's future Call of Duty. I'll give it a chance when it's on the bargain rack, like I've given all the other ones a chance, and I will be wildly disappointed in the $5 that I spent on it. This isn't something against Call of Duty, by the way. This is something against what Call of Duty is since Modern Warfare. I thought Call of Duty 1 and 2 were great. Not Battlefield 1942 great, but they were good. They were good games. And then Modern Warfare came out, and it became a lot about scripted events. And hate on me if you want. I've said my piece. They showed more Battlefront. I hate that I'm excited for it, and I hate that I'm probably going to be buying an EA game. Uncharted 4, despite some embarrassing technical issues when they tried showing it off, where first of all, the game didn't load. Second of all, the guy who was supposed to be playing it was on lunch break or something, so Nathan Drake just stood there for a couple of minutes. Uncharted 4, it's definitely an early version of the game, or at least I hope that it's an early version of the game, because it looked like a PS3 game. It looked like Uncharted 1. How does that affect the gameplay? Well, it doesn't. I mean, it looks like it's still going to be a blast to play. The voice acting is still there. The lines are still there. It's going to be fun. But they need to work on their textures. Because right now it does not look next-gen. So that's it. Looks like Nintendo is kicking it off tomorrow. I'm excited for them. Square Enix is kicking it off tomorrow morning, an hour after Nintendo. I hope Nintendo keeps a short conference. I'm kind of excited to see what Square Enix is going to do. I'm really hoping that they build on the Dragon Quest Heroes hype and drop some other Dragon Quest games on us. Speaking of, Dragon Quest 6 just hit for mobile market in Japan. I know not everybody's excited about mobile games. I'm not really excited about mobile games either, but having played the first couple of Dragon Quest games in the mobile port, I can tell you, best versions of the games. Except for maybe 3, because it doesn't have the medal dungeon and the medal collecting. But, you know, that's up to you to decide, and whether or not you want to pay the Square Enix tax of 300% the normal cost of a mobile title. Alright, that's it. I'm going to go be sociable. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you all tomorrow.